Animal Kingdom. It is an hour and a half from park closing, and we are going to maximize our time here. One thing at Florida Parks After Dark, what we do is we get to the parks right when it's closing. Why? Everybody's leaving. Look, real quick. You see a line of people leaving? That's not us. We're heading in. So let's get going. All right. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I am good. And we are golden and we're in. All right. So, I am wanting to slow down because I'm rushing to get here. We start a little bit late. So, Animal Kingdom is obviously the fourth park. And it is the park that people feel, quote unquote, it's too far to get to. Well, I will tell you honestly, as we come visit the Disney Ducks, that Animal Kingdom, if you go from the gates of Animal Kingdom to the Magic Kingdom, there's a Disney Ducks. Hello, Disney Ducks. It is literally 10 minutes from gate to gate. So, this is one of our favorite parks. As we say hi to the Disney Ducks. We have realized that it is an under-visited park. So we come here. Now, it is 4:40. We're a little bit late getting started. And what you'll see is we are what we call salmon. We are going against the stream. Because everybody's leaving and we're not. We're on our way in. Why? Because everybody's leaving. So we love this park because one, it is so immersive in how it does this thing. This walk in is beautiful. It transports you and it's just so much fun. So here's the plan for the day. We're gonna work our way through the front here. I'm looking at these little pens where sometimes they have animals. We're gonna work our way through to the back. We're gonna start in Dino Land. Because who don't know, Dino Land is going away. And we want to have an opportunity to say goodbye to Dino Land. And then we're going to work our way from there around. We're going to go on Everest, single rider. And then we're going to work our way all the way around through the back part of the thing. It is a cloudy, rainy day. What does that mean? Good safari day, right? But let's pause for a second. That is awesome. We'll get closer if you guys want to take a screenshot. But right now, that is amazing. What's interesting is even in Florida, you'll see there on the left, trees are actually starting to change color, even in Florida. But it's not like foliage change you have up north, so. But everybody, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you guys jumping on. The way we do parks is we move real quick and we try to do as many rides as we can. We're going to cut through the Riverside Depot because Riverside Depot has the most and the best Halloween merchandise in all of Disney. Now we're going to kind of do a drive-by, show you guys. They have a handle. Hey, how are you? I am fantastic. Love Disney, people. The Haunted Mansion has a huge representation. Stitch is massive, as you can tell through here. I secretly think Stitch runs Disney because he is on every park and every place we go. So you got all the Stitch. And Stitch dressed up as, of course, an alien. But this is all their Disney merch, and it is Landon Tobo. Welcome aboard. Landon is one of our moderators. Landon, you be careful, my friend. For those who I'm sure have heard, we're all in Florida, and we're facing a Milton issue with a hurricane coming our way. And Landon is a fellow Floridian. Oh my, guys. We have a fine. Hold on, we gotta walk around. So they have all the Halloween merch, but guess what they're now bringing out? You are first to see it. It's Christmas. I want to zoom in. How's that for ears? So they're doing the Christmas merch out. They got Christmas lounge flies. They've got what?
I probably will even do this on the mobile.
Look at this. So guys, it is the first week of October. Disney historically is 2 months ahead of every holiday. So Christmas merch is now just hitting. We may be the first channel to show this. But yes, look at these ears. They're awesome. Yes, it's Christmas merch. My lovely wife loves Christmas. This spirit jersey, it's a little guy spirit jersey. That's awesome. Landon, we are ready for the storm, my friend. We are. Real quick, look at this guy. He is a fantastic lounge fly. $99, but he's just a snowman lounge ready to go. Look at that. So they're doing Christmas merch. Hello. We're gonna start working our way through the store, but that was a find. And right now, my lovely moderator wife is telling me I got to go back and get a little video of that because it's new. And yes, I will take care of it. But Landon, we are ready. We're actually, what we do during any severe storm, and yes, it is a vlog. I told you. What did I tell you, my friends? That I know my wife better than I know anybody. That every serious storm, we stay at a Disney resort. So that's what we're doing. We actually got a room, a couple nights. We don't like power loss, so we try to make sure we get it. It's an excuse for us to be on a Disney property. So we are doing Disney. Now, I'll take a minute here while I show you guys the Tree of Life, in case somebody wants to pop that as a screenshot, because that is a truly beautiful thing. Seriously, Landon. All right. So for us, we do Disney because Disney's every resort, every room, they call it the Disney bubble, is generator powered. So no room, no resort, nothing loses power. And they are built to withstand significant hurricanes. So it's just a great, safe place to go. Strongly tell you, if you ever have to evac away or you need to come hide from a hurricane, Disney's the best place to hide ever. So we are now shooting by Tree of Life, which is awesome. And we're gonna head down towards Dino Land. All right, now I'm keeping my eyes out for characters. It's just starting to rain heavily. So I'm gonna have to whip out the old umbrella and we'll go from there. Don't worry, we got this. What I'm hoping is that Everest doesn't close with the rain. So I'm thinking it's gonna be a spritz and we'll be able to get on Everest. We checked the radar before we came, guys. And I'll be honest with you, it wasn't that serious. So I apologize for the shake. I'm getting the umbrella out just in case it picks up. Phones and gimbals don't do well in the rain. Now listen, I'm hoping I don't break any news with anybody. I hope everybody hears, oh, here comes the rain. Let's pop our umbrella open. But Dino Land is going away. Such a sad, hold on. There we go. Such a, sorry about that. Such a sad day. The announcement came on D23 that Dino Land will be closing. They're starting to close on Dino Land as early as fall of this year. So they'll begin closing this up. Now it's for the Tropical Americas. Now, I would tell you the shorthand version of Tropical Americas is the Encanto Land, because it's going to be really Encanto themed, and that is awesome. Landon, if your mom's looking for resorts for tomorrow, what she's going to find when she logs on to the Disney app is there's no availability. What Disney does, and it's important you hear this, everybody's on this, because of the campground and the RVs they have in the campground, Fort Wilderness, they need to be able to secure rooms to evacuate if necessary. And so what they do is they lock up the inventory so that they can have an evacuation plan. They got to evacuate out of the campground. So she's gonna find that she's gonna have no availability right away. Tell her to keep trying. Calling's not gonna help, but tell her to keep trying. And what'll end up happening is they'll end up opening up when they don't need it or they've already used it. So just a heads up on that. So we may take, I'm hoping this rain dissipates a little bit so we can jump on Triceratops Spin. But so this is Dino Land. So we're in Dino Land now. This is kind of what's going to get All right, I think I got you guys back. So this is the Boneyard. And the Boneyard is really one of the greatest play areas ever. And this is where we've spent many hours with our kids. It's a place they got slow and they can dig, and it is really an awesome space. But sadly, it will be going away, as will this. So this middle section, from what we're seeing from artist rendering, is they're going to throw a fountain here in the middle. This is all this pavement down here is going to become grass. Dinosaur, which is back around the corner, is going to become an Indiana Jones ride. And they're going to have a kids ride here and an adult ride here. So it's a pretty major big build out. The demo on this is going to take a little bit. We're going to take a look at Donald and Daisy. So there's Donald and Daisy. Now, what we've heard is that Daisy has designed all their outfits. And if you come see Daisy privately, Daisy will show you her oh, there they are. Daisy will show you all her wares if you go around and do a character meet with her. Back in that area behind that blue fence, we're thinking that is going to end up being one of the adult ride, which is probably an immersive ride. And then back in that corner, they're actually going to build out the Encanto house. So it's going to be great. This is all going to be gardens and beautiful. And sadly, oh so sadly, the dinosaur's going away. He is iconic to this park. And my kids, when they were little, loved, I mean literally loved going underneath of him. All right, I gotta show you one more thing before I'm trying to wait for the rain to dissipate a little before we get on the ride, but I gotta show you something. Chip and Dale as dinosaurs. What? Yes. For those who have not seen it, they are awesome. So that's Chip and Dale's dinosaurs. They are just awesome. You know what, guys? We're going on the ride. We may get a little bit wet, but we're going to go on the ride. Because we got to pay homage before they close these up on us. One.
Number 6 down that way.
All right, we're number 6, kids. All right, let's try. You know it's a walk-on when it's raining or an outdoor ride, but here we go. Yes, I'm going to get wet for all of you. All right. All right. So Triceratops Spin is the dinosaur version of Dumbo. And the non-carpet ride version of Aladdin's Magic Carpet. And it just started raining harder.
Hey, Spinners, it's Chester
All right.
here. Reminding you for your safety to stay seated with that seatbelt
All
fastened
right.
good and tight as you spin. Whilst you're spinning, keep your hands, arms,
Now we'll try to get
feet,
up
and
some
legs
height.
inside, and
How are
be sure to
you?
watch your children. Para su seguridad,
So this actually give you guys a great view of Dino Land. If you want to say goodbye because you've been here, or you want to get a view of what it's going to be. But that's what we're going to do. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my hat over top of the gimbal so it stays dry. All right, there we go.
Ready? And let's go for a spin.
Here we go, guys. I think. I swear he just said, here we go. All right. While we're waiting, we're going to take advantage of planning our next move. There we go. All right, let's get a little height. Here's our dinosaur friend. All right. Here's Donald Daisy. All right, we're getting lucky. Rain's lightening up. Dan, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for finding us. Thank you for subscribing. We love that. We have gotten some incredible support. Dan, thank you for jumping on. I appreciate it, guys. We're at Animal Kingdom right now. Right before a hurricane. Your son loves Dumbo. My kids love Dumbo. What they loved about Dumbo the most, Dan, was the play area outside of Dumbo. When before you got in there in the big top, that was their favorite part. You're coming on the 19th, so 19th of October. All right, that's awesome. Well, by then, Milton will be long gone. And by then, my friend, it will be... Now, do you have tickets to the Halloween party? Are you doing that, Dan? Or you just kind of come and just experience it? Because guess what? You don't need tickets and still have fun. But that is awesome. You are. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We have not live streamed from the Halloween party yet. We're waiting for the tent to come down. And it has. This hurricane has helped us a little bit with that. And so we are actually going to probably start looking at dates. So for you guys on the stream, Florida Parks After Dark, we're going to be doing the Halloween party next few weeks here. So, all right, so we're going to go. Yeah, actually, you're right, Dan. You're coming at a great time. The heat's gone by then. But we're going to go underneath the dino. And we're going to work over to Everest. And we are going to ride Everest. What's great about Everest is we're single rider. And Everest is one of the few rides in all of Disney that is single rider. So we are going to go and hopefully get in quick, get a nice ride out of that, and then really try to maximize the time we got left in this park. And along the way, I hope to show you guys some stuff. And anybody else on the stream, if you want to go ahead and subscribe, like Dan, go for it. It doesn't cost you anything. It does tell us a lot about what we should be doing and what you guys enjoy. Right now, the Nemo show, the big blue, just let out. That's where all the strollers are. So we thought about trying to make the dash in here, but we thought instead of racing in to go see a show, we'd be able to take you guys through the whole park and kind of really get a chance to experience more of the park than just maybe a show or two. So right now the rain is gone enough that I don't even have to have my umbrella up. Yay for me. Now while we're walking by, I gotta show you guys something. Animal Kingdom has gone through a couple iterations of this section of the park. This is what, Dan, how long has it been since you've been here? Because you're right, a lot has changed. You may be back from the good old days like me with Fast Pass before all the changes were made, so it's an education. So right now, this is the amphitheater. Oh, come on, Dan. January? Not that much has changed. So this is the amphitheater. Now, they used to have this fantastic night show here. Lights and characters and boats. And then they had the ill-fated kite show. I don't know if anybody remembers that. It was here for about a minute, thank goodness. And they had jet skis who took kites of characters around. And what my kids and I used to laugh about is the kites would crash land over there. Literally, they would stop and let them crash to get them picked up. It was Disney trying, A, for effort. So they got rid of the night show. The night show is fantastic. But the kite show was something else. So, but we're past that. And so we're going. But guys, that's where we're going to. Now I'm gonna take a quick peek. Hope you all heard that, because you're gonna hear me make that noise in a minute. All right, let's peek in at wait times right now, but we walk.
The Millennial Falcon thing.
Dan, that is awesome. Your wife got a great job. So she's doing a Disney travel agent. So is she doing that through Disney or privately? Because that's fantastic. It's what we try doing on our channel is kind of give clues and hints. And we have a lot of videos that really try to show people how they maximize their time at Disney. And bring as much Disney magic as we can to people who just can't get here. Through Disney. Awesome. Awesome. Good for her. Good for her. So we're coming up on Everest, and you can tell as you go through the lands, obviously we're changing. And Everest is in Nepal, so obviously you're changing. Oh, excellent. Good. Good, good, good. And guys, listen, anybody on the stream, if anybody wants us to go do something different, or has a special request, not just this stream, but going forward, or videos they want to see, put the ask in. Let us know, and we will do our very, very best to do it. You're from Chicago. All right, well, then it is a good time to run out of Chicago and come here. It's going to start getting chilly for you guys. We were up in the Northeast for a long time, and we were traveling so much to Orlando. My wife, and she'll be smiling right now, will tell you, we simply said, it is cheaper to move. And I said, no, it's not cheaper to move. I said, no, it'll be cheaper for us to move. We should move. And so we did. And that was about 13 years ago. And we have not regretted it once, even with things like Milton coming. So a little Yeti preview. Yes, actually, thanks. Kerwin is one of our subscribers, and he was on a stream the other day with us. We're doing a resort, and he said, could you guys do Animal Kingdom? Knowing there's not a lot of streaming at Animal Kingdom. And we said, sure. And so we're here. So definitely, if there's something you guys want to see, let us know.
I wouldn't have been able to fly.
I need this Mickey eel here. Come on, it's not the cutest. Look, it's got Mickey eels on it.
Hot days in Florida. Because you got about 3 to 5 months of just brutal weather. And then it's blissful. And I do not miss snow. And Dan in Chicago, snow and ice, trust me, we have no interest. Take a good look at this guy. You'll be seeing him again. I'm just saying. Now, I'll tell you honestly, we're Florida Parks After Dark, and why we're After Dark is because we like coming at the end of the day, because rides like this, which sometimes have long waits, we get on real fast. And we're literally kind of walking along. All right, well, Sunny 65 is perfect. You would have about 3 months here. You could snowbird, Dan. All right, we're putting away our umbrella real quick. Hold on. I'm feeling lucky. All right. Lucky is definitely our word of the day, guys. Because guess what? We're getting close to boarding. Now, and there you go.
Himalayan Escapes welcomes members of the expedition business. When you board, please sit down immediately. Word out the restraint and secure all gear in the cargo bag.
I'm going to slap when you're coming here. I might need a picture of that side.
Expedition interesting members should proceed to the loading dock. Please take your seat immediately. Without the restraint,
I have to get up on.
All right, now the stream may have froze. I apologize for that. If it did, that is a whole lot more to do with the fact we just got a national weather alert about Milton. Yeah, that lag was because of the alert. Sorry about that. One. Got it. Kerwin. We're at Animal Kingdom, my friend. 6. We're at Animal Kingdom, my friend. From your suggestion, which is awesome. So we are here. We're about to ride Everest, too. Hey, Josh. Thanks for joining, too. Hey, you were on the stream when Curran asked about Animal Kingdom. Well, we thought we'd come in before the hurricane and get a chance to get in here while the wait times are low. And we're about to ride Everest in the rain. We're putting away the umbrella real quick because it's not gonna matter. All right. And we're next, guys. So here we go.
Attention Expedition Everest team members. Once on board, secure all gear in the cargo bag in front of you. For your safety, remain still with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, resume oxygen. Miembros del equipo de expedición Everest, una vez a bordo, coloquemos el en la bolsa de la tripulación para su seguridad. Permanezcan sentados con las brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren.
You got it. No problem. Hey, Josh. I hope everything's okay with him. I know that the ride out of here for VAC is crazy right now on I-75, but they are 36 hours ahead of this thing. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed for them and say a prayer for them, Josh. So here we go. All right, but let's enjoy this. We're on our way. Well, guys, I had a couple lags on there, but thanks for hanging in there with us. All right. All right. All right, I know I'm getting word that our quality of the video isn't the best right now, so let's see what we can do about that. I hope you guys are able to see the ride. So let's get out of here and take a look here. Well, come on, I want to show you guys this ride. This is what we just did. It's about to come through that tunnel, so I'm gonna check the stream. All right, is the quality of the video any better? Anybody can tell me that? More lag, not good, okay. Let's see. Anyway, there we go. Anyway, there we go. Perfect, all right. So that is Everest. Woo! I am hoping there was one, I know there's 1 or 2 lags on the ride. I am hoping it was not so much you couldn't enjoy it. But that is a fun ride. One time my daughter and I were here. We rode that twice back to back. Not recommended, by the way. So, hey, let's see the animals later, Kerwin. We're gonna walk down this way. We're gonna see how this all plays out for the day. Right now, what time is it? We got about 45 minutes till this thing closes up on us. We're gonna keep an eye on our wait time, see what we can do to make sure you guys have a good experience. So here's what I'm thinking. We'll walk through this way. With the rain and the clouds, we could probably have an excellent safari and then cut through the back way through the safari and get over to Pandora and try to do the river journey before this place closes up on us. And then take our time getting out of here. Kind of enjoy the sights and sounds and just relax. Okay, I'm hearing you also have some sound issues. So hang in me there. We're gonna get back to the main part of the park, and I think reception is gonna be better. Now that's the Cali River Rapids ride now. We're not going that way right now today. Now that center area, that is actually, they do have monkeys that live in that area and they climb. And right now they're all relaxing because it's raining. But we'll keep our eye out. All right, now they're all in for the day. So we're working our way around right now. Yeah, Curran, I'm not sure you're on. We are going to actually go to a Disney hotel. What we had said is the Disney hotels are the safest places to be. They're built for hurricanes and they have generators. And one thing Disney does well is they take care of their guests. So we have been through several hurricanes with Disney. And if you find yourself in Florida and there's a hurricane, find your way to a Disney hotel if you can. So we're kind of leaving the Nepal section. We're kind of going towards Africa now. And we're going to pause for a second because I got to show you something that you typically won't see. This is the back side of the Tree of Life. Yeah, let's come out down. We're going to go down here for a second. This is an awesome space, but this gives you a fantastic view of the tree. That's the tree of life. It's just awesome. If you guys want, anybody want to do a screenshot of that, go for it. This is the back part. Kerwin, that's fine, buddy. Go ahead. We'll wait for you. So that's the tree of life in the backside. You can tell all the etchings of all the animals. It's great. Over there, there's a waterfall you can go through. It's really a great spot. So I'm working on not spinning in circles too quick for you guys. So let's head on. We're gonna head towards the safari, trying to get in as much as we can. Oh, and Josh, we're actually staying at Port Orleans Riverside. And we're looking to see if Disney, when the severe hurricanes come through, sometimes they'll lift. We have a dog. His name's Bailey. If you see any of the videos of Bailey, he almost got his own channel. He's so popular. So if they lift the requirements, they do sometimes, restrictions, when there's a hurricane like this coming, they'll let dogs in the deluxe, and we'll stay at Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom, we've stayed in before, and it is amazing. We have had more fun there. Now listen, if you jump on our channel, there's a couple of vlogs when we stayed there for the hurricane, and there's a dance party, and it's just crazy. Real quick, tree of life again. All right. I love that just Disney throws in, let's just throw in this beautiful picturesque waterfall just here in the woods. Just on a walkway, no one actually looks around. You know what, Josh? Disney gets the role. The role is to make sure that as people coming here, they have the magic. And our whole channel is really about that, but we're Disney fanatics because of how well Disney does that part of it. So, you're 100% right. They're exceptional. So, the rain has behaved itself. Kerwin is back in the house. Hello, Kerwin.
Yeah, we go this way.
Now, if we can get on the safari, get through the safari kind of quick, I'll take you guys the back way into Pandora. And it's kind of a neat little path. And it's kind of we call it the secret squirrel. So you guys can see a different way to get through stuff. Oh, the double stroller. You see all these double strollers. We had one. My kids are 18 or 14 now, so it's a whole different animal. But when they were little, the double stroller was like the best invention of all time. And we put both of them in that double stroller and get them all around through the parks quick. And we were just laughing, literally this morning, that we use that double stroller well past the weight limit because they didn't want to walk. And we were like, all right, we're just doing it. So, all right, we're on our way to the safari. And it being cloudy and rainy, it's going to be awesome. Last time we did this, we had probably the best safari we've ever had. And we've been coming to this park for 20 plus years. And they took us through the lightning lane. How cool is that?
Through the Sophie River Valley.
Oh my goodness.
That gets you even closer to the animals in their natural habitats. Halfway through the trip, a safari lunch is served here in this format. Space on the trip is limited.
Why do I think...
so be
Hold on,
sensitive.
guys. We may have gotten slightly turned around. We'll see. walking a little quicker because I want to make sure we get through onto the safari, off the safari. There we go, where we need to be, good. And get a little bit more done. Yeah, here we're having sound issue, guys. I am sorry. How are you guys? Thank you.
As the group ahead of you boards the safari truck, you may follow them to the loading area. But do not attempt to board the vehicle with them. The truck for your safari will follow shortly.
All right, we're walking on.
For your own safety, always remain seated during your safari.
Thank you.
Rough and bumpy, and keep your arms hands lifted.
All right, here we go.
Aggravated by this adventure. Expected mothers should not ride. Once on board your safari transport, please remain seated with your hands, arms,
Number one.
and legs inside.
Thank you.
And remember to watch your children.
All right, guys.
Will be arriving shortly.
Thank you.
Awesome. On your right hand side, touch your hands on feet, legs, shoulders, bottom closed. That's not just on a word. Thank you so much here in Harambe. We say Twende.
Here we go.
Jump, everybody, welcome aboard. My name is Mickey. That's Mickey like the mouse. I'm going to be your guide here to Harambe Wildlife Reserve today. A couple things before we head out there. Please remain seated at all times, keeping those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck. If you have a little one on your lap or in the seat next to you, just make sure that they stay in that exact same spot. Don't raise them into the air, pass them back and forth, or let them stand in your lap. This is a real truck. I am really driving it. It's really bumpy out there, so please stay seated. Even if you can't see an animal, that does go for kids and adults. I know you guys get excited too, but you gotta stay seated. Hang on tight to all your personal belongings. We cannot stop to pick anything up if it falls. If you accidentally drop something, let me know. We'll send someone to get it for you. There is just absolutely no guarantee you'll get anything back in the same condition you lost it in. It is a photo safari, so be ready at all times. If you want those pictures, a picture of an animal can very quickly turn into a picture of a bush if you're not ready. There on your right hand side, this is an okapi, and the okapi might look like it's related to a zebra. It does have some pretty cool party pants on. It's actually the closest relative to the giraffe. It's the same skull shape and everything, but their stripes are there as a natural form of camouflage. It breaks up their colors. It makes them pretty much invisible to predators. So invisible, in fact, that the okapi wasn't even really discovered until 1901, though there's evidence they existed way before that. They're just really good at hide and go seek. There are other animals that live out here with lots of stripes all over their bodies, so we will keep an eye out for them as we continue through this area. This plant life does work really well for the protection of a lot of these animals, but it also works as a natural food source for them too, so it is pretty important that we are reducing, reusing, and recycling our paper products. It looks like along that rock wall there is a black rhinoceros. We're actually going to see a second one and a little bit of a better view up ahead here. Now, black rhinos, they are really solitary animals. They just like to hang out on their own. That's why the forest is a really good spot for them to live. Now, these guys are going to weigh up to around 3,000 pounds when they're fully grown. Their ears are cone-shaped for really excellent hearing, and they have a pointed upper lip, which helps them to be excellent foragers here in the forest. They'll rip different leaves off of plants and grass off the ground just by using that pointed upper lip. Coming up here, it does look like more stripes. We'll see them on our left-hand side. We'll see a few forest antelope in this area. The rust-colored antelope that we're going to see, it's called a bongo. Bongos are nicknamed the ghosts of the forest. They're rarely ever seen or heard their horns are tilted backwards to help them move soundlessly. Up on top of the hill, too, you can see an antelope with no horns. It's called a greater kudu. They're some of the taller antelope of the forest, about 5 feet at their shoulders. They both have really big floppy ears that they can move around their head in almost any direction. That does help them to listen out for predators here in the forest. Now we are going to head on over to our next stop, which is the Safi River. And the Safi River is home to aquatic and semi-aquatic animals who love the water. So we're looking out along the shore and down below the surface as well to see what we can find that might be swimming around overhead here. It does look like along the shore to your right here, lots of larger white birds on that island. Those are pink-back pelicans. They get their names from their pink backs. They get it just during their mating season, almost like they're blushing. They do have a wingspan of about 7 to 9 feet wide, so they are some pretty large birds, even though they're some of the smaller of the pelican species. On our left here, a couple of Nile hippopotamus. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're seeing a couple of them that are playing in the corner here. Now that's a younger one. As you can see, not quite fully grown yet compared to maybe those two that are hanging out over there. So what they will do is they will open their jaws super duper wide to kind of show them kind of some dominance there. But as you can tell, she's just a little one, so not quite showing anyone a whole lot of dominance over there, but definitely playing around with mom in the corner. These guys are super cool animals. They'll hold their breath for a really long time. So they stay submerged in the water for the majority of the day to keep nice and cool. But they actually don't swim super well. So what they do is they just sink all the way down to the very bottom of the water. They walk and they run around down there. They'll even sleep fully submerged in the water, automatically coming up for air in their sleep. Now hippos are herbivores. They come out of the water to eat their food. They'll eat anywhere between 85 to 100 pounds of vegetation every single day. Lots and lots of plant life. And they are some pretty territorial animals. So if something else is in their face and they don't want it there, they are going to chase it away. And they can run pretty fast. They would even outrun a truck like this one. On our left along the shore, a couple of Nile crocodiles. These guys are really strong and powerful animals that'll also be really gentle and maternal when they need to be. They'll pick up their eggs in their mouth, roll them around, tap them a little bit with their teeth, and it helps to promote really healthy hatching for their babies. Nile crocodiles are the largest crocodilians in all of Africa. Typically, they'll grow up to be about 16 to 18 feet in length. And they are cold-blooded animals, so they spend most of their time hanging out in warmer places. It's going to regulate their body temperature, keep them healthy. We are going to head on over to the savannah now, and this is probably the moment that most of you have been waiting for. The savannah's home to some pretty famous animals, lots of favorites out here. It also hosts millions of other migratory animals that you might not have ever heard of before, but they do all play a really important role in the ecosystem out here. The savannah's ecosystem can be a pretty fragile one, so if one small thing is moved out of place or destroyed, it might cause the entire system to collapse. And that is why it is super important that we learn as much as we can, not just about our favorite animals or the ones that we recognize out here, but we want to learn as much as we can about all the animals who call the savannah their home. Now from up here, we can already tell this is a super different space from the forest and the riverside. All this plant life is just really spread out, so things like camouflage don't really work too well for these animals. Instead, they're going to be hanging out in some bigger groups or herds, especially in such a wide open space like this. There's just a lot of power in numbers out here. A lot of these animals are grazing animals, and we can tell just by looking out at the grass. It's super short in some places, really long in others. That's because most of these animals will eat that grass if it looks way too short, then they'll migrate to other parts of the savannah where the grass is a lot longer. Typically most migrations are just kind of fueled by the need to go out and find some more food. Does look like a few predators out here as well. If you look to your left, these are African painted dogs. They typically get confused for other animals. Can anyone guess what they might get confused for? Yes, a hyena, that's right. They typically get confused for hyenas, but those are very different animals in a very different hyena family. But these are canines, like your dog at home. African painted dogs are the most successful hunters in all of Africa. They're going to chase down their prey together as a pack until their prey gives out of exhaustion, giving them a higher success rate when they hunt than bigger cats or other predators that hunt around out here. Definitely better hunters than hyenas, who they get confused for pretty frequently. Now coming up here to your left-hand side, we are going to see some sable antelope. These guys are the emblem of our Harambe Wildlife Reserve. In every single fight or flight situation, they will always choose to defend their own and fight. They're actually known to have gone up against lions and won. They use those really tall, sharp horns to defend themselves. Lots of really tall mounds in this area. These are called termite mounds. When termites build them, they harden in the hot savanna sun to an almost cement-like structure. So animals with tusks might come along. They can sharpen or file down their tusks on the side, almost like a cat using a scratching post. Up ahead here, it does look like we are running into a few more animals who have migrated for their food up ahead here. So lots and lots of those gray animals. Those are called wildebeest. And you're going to see way more wildebeest out here than any other animal, and that's because they are the second most densely populated land mammals. They're second only to human beings. The largest recorded group of wildebeest was about 1.5 million of them, and just hanging out in one group all together. Now, typically, they'll migrate about 500 to 1,000 miles in just one journey. So those really large migrations are actually really helpful for this ecosystem. turn up this grass, make it a little bit easier for new grass to grow as well, things to grow healthier out here as well. So these wildebeest are very, very important for this ecosystem. To our right side here, you're going to see some Ankoli cattle. They're sometimes referred to as Watusi cattle. They're in the same bovine family as a cow. They're just not really used for beef or dairy in Africa. They're typically used more as a sign of wealth. So the more of those a farmer has, the wealthier they tend to be. The horns are pretty large, but they're actually a lot lighter than what you would think. There is a honeycomb structure on the inside, so each horn only really weighs about 4 pounds. Now to your right, you are seeing some teeny tiny antelope that are colored like s'mores over there. Those are springbok. They are fully grown at about 4 feet tall, but they can jump 9 to 13 feet into the air from a standstill. That's where they get their name, springbok. They're also some of the world's fastest land mammals, so they can run up to about 55 miles per hour, which is almost as fast as a cheetah. Now, they are pretty small, but very mighty animals. A couple sports teams in Africa have chosen them as their mascot. Here we are going to see a few of these Maasai giraffe. And when giraffes hang out together in a group, they're called a tower, which is very appropriate. They do tower over the savanna together. They can grow up to be about 20 feet tall. Now, typically, Maasai giraffe will sleep about 30 to 90 minutes a day, and then the rest of their day they'll just spend it eating. They got those really long necks and some very long prehensile tongues. Prehensile is a fancy scientific word for finger legs, so their tongue wraps all the way around the branch and then strips down its leaves. And since they do eat all day long, if their tongues were pink, they might actually get a sunburn. So scientists think that the darker purple coloration they're born with on their tongues could be their sort of like a sunscreen. That way they don't have to worry about a burn while they eat all day. We're making our way towards the top of this hill where we are going to see a lot of these really crazy looking trees with no leaves. These are called baobab trees. I know they don't really look like a whole lot, but their nickname is the tree of life. And that's because they are conserving thousands and thousands of gallons of water inside of their chunks. They do this for about 9 months out of the year, and then the other 3 months they do get some very beautiful leaves, even the citrusy type fruit. Some locals might make a sort of juice out of or use the oils from the fruit to add to other products as well. It also looks like up ahead there's a pretty large watering hole up ahead here. Now these are super important for different ecosystems, not just to help keep the animals cool and hydrated, but every now and then they do start to turn into the homes of some other animals when they start to live in and around them. So as we get around the corner here, we are going to see a flamboyance of flamingos. That's what a group of them all together is called. These are greater flamingos. They're the largest and the lightest color pink of their species. You are going to see 3 of them over there. They're a little bit more of a brown color. Those are baby flamingos. They're about 6 months old. So they're almost fully grown in size, but it is going to take them about 1 to 2 years to reach their full pink coloration. Now they do get their colors from their diets. They like to eat brine shrimp that's rich in a protein called beta-carotene, which you can find in other foods too. Things like sweet potatoes and carrots. It gives those foods their orange color. We're making our way over to the eastern side of this savanna. This is where we're going to see a little bit more plant life. It also looks like this mud pit was pretty recently stomped around it, so there are a few animals that will use the mud as a sunscreen or a bug repellent. That way they won't get any bad bug bites out here. So we'll be on the lookout for some of those muddier animals that live out here. Now, more plant life can sometimes mean more opportunities for predators to stalk around. Most predators will do their hunting in the morning or the evening time, so most of the time they do try to find some of their larger rock formations that they could try to sleep in all day long. That way they have a nice cool spot to take an all day long nap for them to go and do most of their hunting at dawn and at dusk. Looks like up ahead here to our left-hand side, we are going to be seeing some cheetahs that are kind of stalking around along this tree line here. Cheetahs are the world's fastest land mammals. They'll run 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. They're able to reach those really high speeds because they weigh about 100 pounds each, and their claws never fully retract. So they can use them kind of like soccer cleats to grip the ground while they sprint through the savanna. Now, because their claws don't fully retract, that's our first hint that cheetahs are not a part of the big cat family. Big cats like lions and tigers, they can retract their claws. Big cats also have the ability to roar, and cheetahs do not. They're going to use chucks, chirps, and meows to communicate with one another, so they kind of just sound like your house cat. Cheetahs are a little bit more active during the daytime, whereas bigger cats tend to do their hunting in the evening time when they can actually see a little bit better. Speaking of which, you're going to see a female lion there to your left-hand side. The male is kind of hiding out in front of that rock. Now, I know that the song says that the lion sleeps tonight. They actually sleep upwards of about 16 to 21 hours a day while the sun's up. Sometimes that leaves about 3 years of their life where they're actually awake. And they do that because during the daytime their eyesight's just about as good as ours, but in the evening time it improves by about 6 to 8 times. Now, a group of lions is called a pride of lions. The females are the hunters of the pride, and the males will stay back to protect the cubs and the older females. Pretty early in the morning, later on in the evening time is when they get a little bit more vocal. When a lion roars, you can hear them from about 5 miles away. On the right there, a couple of water buck. These guys are typically found near permanent water sources, drinking a lot of it too. It's where they get the name water buck. They also just always look like they are drenched in water, not because of this rain that's been happening all day long, but they do have an oily secretion that they produce, and it stays all over their skin, and that actually protects them from drying out in the really hot savanna sun. It does look like over on the right here, there are some pretty large eggs, which means that they probably belong to the world's largest land bird. Those are ostrich eggs. About 24 chicken eggs will weigh the exact same as just one ostrich egg, and a fully grown adult human can stand on top of one of those eggs and it wouldn't break. That's how strong that shell is. Now we are headed on over to our final stop out here on our spar. We're coming up to the Magadi Glen, and this is where the warden has set up her post. So we are just going to swing on by on our way out of the reserve today. Now the warden has adopted some Nigerian dwarf goats. These guys are super cute and playful. They're a little bit smaller than other goat species, but still super helpful animals. They actually produce a really nutritious milk, which is more nutritious than cow's milk. So the warden's going to offer them food, shelter, veterinary care. And in return, we can either keep that milk or sell it in a market. Either way, it's a really great example of how humans and animals are able to coexist. As we exit the reserve today, I do want to leave you guys with just a little bit of a challenge. Walt Disney himself said that conservation isn't just the business of a few people, it's a matter that concerns us all. Probably a lesser known fact about Walt Disney, he loved conservation. He loved to share the magic of nature, especially through film. Not just through animation, those cute animated animals that you might see. He actually was one of the first people to put a storyline to a nature documentary in 1948. We do not have to go out and make movies every day to help the planet, though. We can do little things. We can reduce the amount of water that we use just by shutting off the plastic when we brush our teeth. We can buy reusable products and recycle things like paper, plastic, and aluminum, even our old devices. Now more than ever, it is really important that we're taking care of the planet. We don't just inherit the earth from our parents, we're borrowing it from the next generation, and we want to leave it better than we might have found it for them. Now here on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, we like to say that what we see with our eyes, we value with our hearts. And we did see some really beautiful, very amazing animals out there today, and I do hope that you might have come to value them just as much as we do here in Harambe. And I hope that you'll maybe keep that with you as you go throughout the rest of the park and you see other live animals from all around the world. Now we are about to pull on up into the village, so just take a look around, gather up your personal belongings. We don't want to accidentally forget something out here. If you didn't get the chance to see your favorite animal, I do always suggest coming back for another safari. No two are ever the same. You'll see something completely different out here that we didn't see this time around. Now in Harambe, we really don't like to say goodbye. It's just way too sad and it's way too final. So instead, we say Kwaherini, which in our village means to go well. So my friends, Kwaherini, go well, go a little wild, but most importantly, go out there and make a difference for wildlife. I know that you can. Once again, friends, my name is Mickey. That is Mickey like the mouse. I'm from Michigan. Thank you so much for coming around the resort with me today. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something brand new. If any of you are wilderness explorers, this is the Simba one. That's Simba like the lion. And the number one, you'll need that covered for you. Some very best today. On the right there, watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Doors are sliding open for you. Watch your step down as you expect us. Ready and enjoy the rest of your day here.
Thank you. All right. Well, guys, we are on our way back out. The rain has decided to come back a bit, so we're going to keep an eye on it.
Yep.
Ah. No Landon, no school, but category 6, or category 6 once before, so that is changing things a bit here in Florida. Obviously, our hope is it gets and breaks up a little bit before it hits land, so we will keep our fingers crossed. And we're on our way out. So, sadly, we need to remember, all of us, that when you're on the safari, be on the left side of the car. So, sorry you got a chance to see that, guys. Baseball hat a few different times, just trying to get you to see the animals. That's just a great ride. So, given the change in our situation with this hurricane and the fact it's 10 to 6, we're going to start working our way towards the front of the park. But you guys come along for the walk. We'll take a peek at Animal Kingdom as we go through. And we're going to put up our umbrella because here comes the rain. Sadly, this isn't even a hurricane. This is actually just this other system that is a precursor. So we will make our way. Sorry about that, guys. We'll make our way towards the front of the park now with our umbrella. I am glad you subscribed to Landon. Landon has an awesome channel. There's a lot of really good content of anybody on. Landon is one of our moderators, and he has a great YouTube channel. You guys have got to go check it out. Disney in a week. I was funny till about 10 minutes ago. I said you have nothing to worry about. I still think you'll be okay in a week. The fact that it's been upgraded from a 5 to a 6, which is extraordinarily unusual, depends on its path. If Disney is an entire establishment built for these things, so they are better equipped to manage a storm like this than probably anywhere else in Florida. So I suspect your trip is going to be fine. Watch the path of the storm. If it's not going to go straight through Orlando, it's going to go around Orlando, you'll probably be fine. But they've changed this forecast a ton. So we will keep our fingers crossed for you. That does not interrupt your trip. We got Dan who's coming in 2 weeks. Or 17th. Even next week. That's awesome. And again, anybody coming, if you haven't, on Florida Parks After Dark, our channel, we literally have 2,500 videos and shorts just about Disney. So if you kind of want to check something out and see, I want to see what a resort looks like, or what it's like to be here, or some tips and things. It's on our channel. Go ahead, jump on and take a look at it. Our whole goal is just try to make your Disney trips better. Bring you guys some stuff from Disney if you can't get here or have been here and miss it. So use us. That's what we're here for. Sadly, it's about 10 minutes before the park closes. And right now, because the hurricane just off in the Gulf here has intensified, we're gonna make our way out of the park. And probably go, but I'll give you guys a quick view of Tree of Life from a very, very close vantage point.
No, me like here, guys.
If you want to take a quick screenshot, you go right ahead. But we are making our way as we see the Golden Bambi from the 50th anniversary. They had these gold statues peppered throughout all the parks. They did it for the 50th and they just left them there, which is such a great idea. Thank you, I appreciate it. Now we'll be safe, but we kind of got a Florida Parks After Dark kind of family. We got to circle the wagons to figure out what we're doing, and so we're working our way out. So, as is everybody. Bye. I love cast members. All right. So we're gonna go to the right, and I'll show you why. I want to show you guys one thing up here in the front that you may not know. And for those who are just coming, you may want to take advantage of.
I see him walking in the shadows.
All right, so we're coming back out to the front of the park right now. So let me show you this real quick. Hey, Kerwin, you take care, buddy. Thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate it. Keep an ear out. We're gonna try to get a couple streams in here and next little bit. So you just hang in and keep your alerts on. So I appreciate you joining us. For those who didn't know, Rainforest Cafe, not a Disney restaurant, is connected to the park. That's the entrance. There also is a gate that goes from Rainforest through the back part of this gate, through that little walkway. So if you have a gigantic line, cut through the Rainforest Cafe, cut through the store, and out the back of the store, there's actually two gates to get through into the park, and Disney mans those gates. So if that is busy coming in, go around through Rainforest. And if you like, Rainforest is just awesome. It's a great little restaurant, but it is not Disney. It's a Landry restaurant. Same one that does T-Rex. And they have both of these, T-Rex and Rainforest and Disney Springs too. You gotta be careful, I got my umbrella, I don't want to clip anybody. All right, we can get rid of the umbrella. So we'll walk by, I'll show you the entrance to Rainforest Cafe as we make our way out. No, you're fine. It's okay, so let's go over this way. So there's the entrance to Rainforest Cafe. It is before, obviously, the gates. What I was saying was, if the gates are busy or it's morning, there's a real pack. If you cut through Rainforest Cafe and through the gift shop, immediately to the right once you get in, You can go out the back of that gift shop, and there's going to be the way to get into the park that way. Not many people know it, and typically the line there is pretty minimum, if not none. So, guys, we're going to spin around for a second, and I know I should have done it a little slower. So listen, it's George Florida Parks After Dark. I appreciate you guys joining stream. Landon, our moderator, thank you for joining us, my friend. I appreciate you. My wife Stacy, who's watching the news right now, getting a little nervous about our Milton dilemma. I'm going to make my way home now for what we're going to be doing. So guys, stay tuned to our channel, like and subscribe, and we will talk to you guys later. Look, thank you again for joining on this rainy day, and you guys take care.